What is up, guys? It's your boy, NCB TV, back again with another video. And 2021 just finished wrapping up. We're heading into 2022. And I figured I'd look back at my 2021, look at some things I did, and just kind of give my thoughts about the whole year as a whole. But before we get into that, guys, you already know what you gotta do. You gotta hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date with all my videos. Now let's get into my recap of my 2021. So I'm not gonna lie, guys, this year, 2021 started off with that peak anime, bro. Like, you couldn't not watch it, bro. I was sitting here every Friday waiting for my weekly Jujutsu Kaisen eps. Man, that was getting me through those last weeks of college, man. Dude, I was just getting hyped. You got to jam to the OP and everything was going crazy. I'm not going to get into specifics because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it. But man, Jujutsu Kaisen is easily one of my favorite anime that came out this year. But alongside with that, in the early January, February, March, we also had Attack on Titan releasing, which, man, those plot reveals, man, straight fire, man. I'm ready for 2022, and I'm ready for that final season of Attack on Titan to come out, because, dude, it's just, I've got so many questions about what's going to go down, and I'm just excited to see how it all unfolds. And then after the winter 2021 anime season, the boy decided to stop with the seasonal anime just for a little bit and let things build up, give me something to binge watch, and I'd go watch some older series. So you already know the boy had to start with Golden Kamuy. Now, man, whoo! This stuff was peak, bro. Okay, I got it up there with Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan for what I've watched anime-wise this year. Because I just loved the slice of life elements with everything that had to do with hunting and just showing the lives of all the tribes people within Golden Kamuy. And then on top of that, you got the sick action and the treasure hunting and the mysteries and all the plot twists with that. That was crazy. Especially the end of season 3. Whoo! The end of season 3, hey, that was nutty. Hey, I ain't gonna spoil it, but you're just gonna have to go watch for yourself if you haven't watched. And all I'm saying is, the boy's excited for season 4. And then, to finally finish up my binge watching for the year 2021, the boy had to get in his bag. He had to go pick up peak romance anime, peak culture, and the boy decided to binge watch Snafu, My Teen Romantic Comedy. And bro, this stuff was peak! And I know it recently finished late 2020, if I'm right, but woohoo! That main character, he was hitting right here. Bro, I was feeling it in my chest, bro. The main character was how the boy low-key used to be, bro. He's all up in his own bubble. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna do me and I ain't gonna mess with no one else. Gives zero F's about anything else going around him as long as he's chilling. And I really liked his development throughout the story though, as he started to open up and really care for others and get involved with other people. And then you already know, best girl is Yui Gahama. Now look, I ain't gonna get into it. I ain't gonna get into why she's best girl, because that's gonna be some spoilers. But if you haven't checked it out, check out Snafu, man. And just saying, man, that's peak right there. And then finally, throughout the whole year, the boy was every now and then, while I was eating, just had it on in the background, the boy was watching Gintama. Now, bro, I love some Gintama, but I can't be sitting there just binge watching Gintama all day. I'm not gonna lie though, I started recently getting into some of the seasons where I did find myself being like, I had to binge watch that. I can't just leave it off on that one episode. So Gintama's been getting pretty heat. I think I'm around episode 200s, like early 200s. I'd have to recheck again, but Gintama's getting peak. Dude, just all the crazy arcs that happened this year with the underground arc. I forget the name of the underground district. That arc, you had the arc where Elizabeth and the giant space battle, dude, just troll, but I love it. I love every part of it so far, and hopefully I can finish it up this year, because like I said, I've just been kind of watching it in the background. And that's gonna do it for the anime I've watched in 2021. So you already know in 2021, the boy had to get on his manga and his webtoon grind. You already know how to get in my bag, start reading more, because there's just so many stories you can miss if you don't invest the time in manga and webtoons. So at the beginning, or around the middle of 2021, I had my boy back from college hook me up. He told me, yo, let me put you on this story, it's straight flames. Now this is also my same homeboy that put me on Solo Leveling when that first started coming out. So I already know I had to give this a shot. And boy, when I went home and read that, bro, I was tearing through this manga. I'm talking probably went through 50 plus chapters in 3 or so days. And I just loved every bit of it. And so the story that I'm talking about is Omniscient Reader. And if you haven't heard of Omniscient Reader, basically it's the story about this guy who read some One Piece length story that's thousands and thousands of chapters, and he's the only one that's read it up to the final chapter. And at the last chapter it says, thanks for reading my story. I'm going to give you the secrets to everything that's about to unfold now because you read through my story. And then the apocalypse starts happening in the world, things start going crazy, but it's all according to the book he's read. So he finds out he's not the main character, but he uses all that knowledge from the book to survive. And boy, it's just a crazy read. It was actually my favorite of 2021 because I just loved every single bit of it. The world building, just all the action, the art. I really loved it. And if you haven't read it, I highly recommend you give it a read. And then the next story that I read in 2021 was by the late Kentaro Miura, which is Berserk. And I have so much respect for Miura and Berserk. Berserk was actually the first manga series that I have read and kept up with. I just love the art, the paneling, and especially the chapters that came out in 2021 and late 2020. They're just the chef's kiss. Amazing. 360, I think it is. 360, if you know, you know. That made me cry. The boy was in his feelings, and it's sad to see the story go. But at the same time, I'm so thankful for everything Kentaro Miura gave us. And Berserk was truly amazing. And then in 2021, the boy finally finished Soul Eater. And woo, that was muy fuego. If you haven't seen my first impressions on it, make sure to go to my channel and watch the video. Or there should be something up above right now. But man, that is heat. I watched the anime a while back and I finally decided to read it. And it's flames. It is like night and day. I recommend the manga to anyone who's considering or wants to watch Soul Eater or just is missing Soul Eater from their life. And I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, Maka and Soul are not the main characters. The main character is Black Star. My man is an absolute goat Chad. And I just gotta say all respect to him. And yeah, I really enjoyed Soul Eater this year, and it was really nice to read, especially around the holiday seasons. And to throw it back a little bit earlier in the year what I read, you already know the boy was feeling nostalgia. I really had to get into it. I've been seeing a lot of people talk down on it, but Boruto is heat. Boruto is heat. If you're a true Naruto fan, bro, I don't care if like Boruto, if it's not the same. I know it's not the same. It's worse, but just the nostalgia factor and seeing all the characters in the world again, I truly love Boruto. It's awesome, especially those chapters that came out this year. Don't even get me started on Baryon mode. Ooh, don't get me started on the Jigen fight. Ooh, bro, it is crazy. And I already saw clips of the anime this year too, and I know the anime was eaten this year, but the boy was just reading. I didn't have time to go back and watch the anime clips, but yeah, it's cold. It's cold. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens because I've really been enjoying it so far. And then finally, I started and finished this year off with Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re. And man, okay. This is heat. It's heat. I remember watching the anime so long ago and it being kind of shaky, especially with the anime original season 2 and then everything being all jumbled up and confused. But reading it, I know a lot of people give it slack early on for the art being messy and confusing, but I actually didn't mind it that much. Read it through the Shonen Jump app. That made a difference to me from in the past when I read it off certain sites. And I really actually enjoyed it. I really loved Tokyo Ghoul. The original Tokyo Ghoul, I really loved that story. I really got into it, and it was really impactful. I loved every second of it, especially those last chapters of regular Tokyo Ghoul. But I'm not gonna lie, whenever you first start Tokyo Ghoul Re, there's a little bit of a shell shock, because you go from this huge climax at the end of Tokyo Ghoul to having to start out again, or start out at a slower pace at Tokyo Ghoul Re. But then Tokyo Ghoul Re gets heat too, and I'm just like, yo, you gotta relax. I ain't gonna go into too much into Tokyo Ghoul Re, because that's some heavy spoilers, but I'm just gonna say it's heat, and hopefully one day we can get a Tokyo Ghoul Brotherhood or some type of spin-off where we get it done right, because man, it would be so clean. And that's gonna do it for my manga and webtoons of 2021. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the boy was low-key slacking on his video game grind in 2021. I don't know what it was. There was just nothing that really piqued my interest enough to actively go out and get it. And there was a whole bunch of games that I've gotten recently that are older games that I'm going to actually start playing in 2022. But I don't know what it was in 2021. I dropped the bag. But I did play a couple. And one game that I did play pretty religiously or pretty actively throughout the year was Fate Grand Order, or FGO. And I'm not going to lie, this year Fate Grand Order was pretty gas, I'm not going to lie. Because the boy finally got to and finished Babylonia, and I finished the Solomon arc, and Babylonia is heat. Why didn't no one tell me Babylonia was this heat, bro? I've been hearing people talk about the anime every now and then, but like, where's the Babylonia hype? Babylonia is peak fiction, bro. I just love the arc. I loved everything to do with Babylonia. That was so much fun. We also had the Summer 3 rerun, which actually got me into Fate Grand Order after watching Fate Zero and everything. So that was really fun too. And then we had Space Wars 2, peak event. And then the boys' pools were kind of icy this year, because I don't know what it is. My luck was just popping off in 2021 when it came to summonings, everything like that. And then after that, it wasn't really until like middle of November that the boy finally got dragged into it. You know that's hell you're walking into. Yes, I do. I finally got into Genshin Impact. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was kind of skeptical. It kind of seemed a little bit kiddish to me, the story, or at least Paimon. Paimon makes it feel kind of like childish to me. But then whenever I finally got to the gameplay, I got really addicted to the gameplay. I'm really enjoying it. I don't have that many units on there. I just pretty much just roll around with Beidou because she's cold like that. She's clean. But hopefully I can kind of build up my account and get some pools. The boy is praying for a ride in Shogun rerun. But MiHoYo, I'm going to need you to make it happen. But that was pretty much it. Except for the one last game I played, which was earlier on in 2021. And that is Guilty Gear Strive. Now this is the first major like 2D side fighting game that the boys ever got into. And I actually really ended up enjoying it. It wasn't as switty to me as Dragon Ball Z Fighter. And I really liked the characters. Now I'm not gonna lie, when the boy first started popping off on that game, the boy was a main. Okay, I was maining May. And you know, I was spamming that dolphin, Totsukiki! But like I was going off with May low key. And that was hella fun. And then I actually switched to being a Giovanna main for a while. And Giovanna's kind of clean, bro. She's super easy to play. And her combos are kind of not cracked, but they're really easy to learn. And so I really clicked with Giovanna. But then a little bit around midway to later 2021, I kind of fell off just because I wasn't as into it as before. But I'm going to pick it up again, especially with some of the DLC characters coming out like Baiken. Biking looks kind of cold. I might have to pick up Guilty Gear Strive again. But that's going to do it for the video games that I played in 2021. As for music in 2021, the boy was tapping in, bro. I don't know what it was. I was just finding everything I loved. The new Logic album was complete flames. I loved My Way, Vaccine, and I'm forgetting the name of it. I'm going to put it on screen right now. But this song where Logic's just going in and this girl comes in and she hits these acoustics, man. Oh, that song is a banger. I do not know why it's slipping my mind right now. I'm looking like a fake fan. But that song is banger. And then also this year, the boy tapped into his J-pop, bro. I was listening to Dism, Tachyon, and Eve, and they're all bangers. Dism, I was listening to Pretender. I was listening to Fireground. I was listening, it's not How to Love, but it's like How I something loved. I'm looking like a fake fan out here. I don't remember names. I just remember songs. I remember lyrics. And you best believe the boy was singing J-pop in the shower like I was really knowing the language. Like I was going in for no reason at all. But I loved the J-pop this year, especially the Tachyon, Life is a Bee. I can't finish that because YouTube don't like that. But that song's heat, and then everything Eve dropped is just straight flames. Also, we had Big Sean drop Detroit 2 this year. Bro, Detroit 2 was speaking some truth, bro. Detroit 2 was speaking some truth, and I love when Big Sean gets on there and just speaks some truth, just gets a fire beat and just starts spitting flames. So, Big Sean, I really loved that album this year. It really helped me tap back into Big Sean, and I started listening to older songs of his too this year through that album. I just love me some Big Sean. And then finally, at the end of the year, the boy actually started getting heavy into worship music, and I listened to some Marvin Sapp, some Kirk Franklin, and I just really love those songs. They help empower me, help me feel good, and help me get my connection. So I really love it. I really love it. So you just gotta listen to it. But anyways, guys, that's the music that I listened to in 2021. So as for movies in 2021, the boy, I really didn't think I watched that much. Only to see, I watched hella movies in 2021. So one of the movie trilogies I first started in 2021 was the Dark Knights trilogy. And I know y'all roasting me in the comments. No, it's 2021. You ain't watched the Dark Knight trilogy. Yes, I finally watched it. And I gotta say my favorite out of all three of them was the second. I think it's Dark Knight Rises, where Joker's the main antagonist. That movie was straight heat, start to finish, bro. I loved the Joker in it, and I loved his actor. He really brought out the Joker's personality, and it was just so flames, bro. Like, that's what we need superhero movies. Those DC movies, that's what they need to be like. And hopefully, I'm praying they can bring back that type of energy with that new Batman movie that's coming out in 2022. Now, also in 2021, the boy watched the Dune movie. And I'm really excited, really stoked for it. I love my sci-fi fantasy, and Dune just gave me all of that I needed this year. Although I am kind of scared it's going to take a while for all the movies to come out. Because I heard this first movie only covered the first half of the first book, and I think there's like 3 or 4 books. So I'm just hoping I ain't gotta wait like a decade to see the whole series. But with that said, Dune was fuego. I loved it. I love the world building. It's super crazy. And I'm just excited to see where they take the story. And then after that, the boy actually watched Shang-Chi this year, along with the Spider-Man No Way Home. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all may find this a surprise, but I got Shang-Chi clear. Shang-Chi, I don't know what it was. It just gave me those Black Panther vibes. I really loved it. And it was just nice and refreshing. And I gotta say, it's probably one of my more favorite Marvel movies that have come out, especially recently. Cause I don't know why, I don't know what it was. I just can't put my lips on it. I can't put my tongue on it. But man, Shang-Chi was heat. And y'all need to check out Shang-Chi. Then after that, the boy, y'all thought the Dark Knight was bad. The boy finally watched Kill Bill. Yeah, I know y'all hating. Y'all saying, Noah, it's 2021 and you just now watched The Dark Knight. and Kill Bill, yes. And Kill Bill was heat. Yo, Kill Bill was heat. I loved all the jokes in it from the wagon, the mobile, if you know what I'm talking about, because YouTube don't like that, but the wagon, that was so funny, bro. The story was so funny. I thought the fight scenes were so awesome and well choreographed within it. And I don't know why I didn't watch the second one. I just never got around to it. But the first one was heat. Especially that fight where they're out there in the snow and they're going ham. They're going ham with the katanas. Woo! Yeah, Kill Bill's peak. Kill Bill's peak is worth the hype. And then finally, I watched the Fear Street trilogy on Netflix that came out this year. And that was good. Now the boy ain't usually a spooky movie fan, but Fear Street was good. It had that nice kind of build up to it. And it's not all about the scares. It's also about the lore and about, you got to go back and look what happened in, I think it was like 1960. And then you look at like 1800s. And then you go back to the future and see how that all impacts. And we got to find everything and put it together. I really loved Fear Street. It was awesome. And I actually watched that as it came out. And so I think that would be actually be really nice to binge watch. Because Fear Street more like Peak Street, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's the movies I watched in 2021. And to wrap up my 2021, the boy just wants to go back and give a huge shout out to all the YouTubers and content creators that I watched this year. Because I low-key be on YouTube way too much. But I love each and every one of them, and they're all awesome to watch. So first off, I want to talk about the podcast I watched this year. And I got to start off with Rustage's D&D campaigns, both the One Piece campaign and the Isekai campaign that's been coming out recently. Dude, I don't know what it is. I just love watching those stories. I just put them on in the background whenever I'm doing something. Whether that's like twisting my hair, cleaning up my room. I just be chilling, just watching, just listening. I just love the stories. And I love all of the guests on both the podcasts. It's really funny and entertaining. And sometimes I'll just be having to take a break and just sit down and laugh because it just be hilarious, some of the instances that be occurring. And then also, I gotta give a huge shout out to Trash Taste. Just like that, I just watch in the background whenever I'm doing stuff or just eating or chilling. I really love the conversations the Trash Taste boys have. And it's just a nice back and forth. And they have a really good chemistry. I just really love watching them and all the topics they talk about. And then also this year, the boy got heavy into FGO channels. Like I said earlier in the video game section, especially after I finished Babylonia, the boy was heavy addicted to FGO content. So I got into creators like Finotaisen, AngiieSenpaii, ZTL, Myst. Bro, I just got huge into the community. And it's so crazy, especially the ways I found ZTL and AngiieSenpaii was just through YouTube recommendations. And I just love watching their videos, just getting their thoughts and opinions on, summoning units or watching them roll for units themselves. Cause sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, the boy's free to play, so sometimes I'll be a little bit broke. I be getting caught a little bit broke out in these streets, you know what I mean? So whenever I really want to summon on a banner, but I know I gotta save up, I just watch their videos, and that helps curb stomp any desire to summon until I get to the unit that I really want to summon. And then finally, the last two YouTubers that I got into heavy this year is Dotodoya and Rhymestyle. Now, like I said in my DreamCon video, hopefully it's up here, I actually met Rhymestyle in person, and I really love his content. I love him as a person, and he's super cool. I watch his card boxing videos, and Dotodoya, I love his fighting videos. I loved his Guilty Gear videos, his Naruto Storm videos. And recently, every now and then I watch a couple Dragon Ball Z fighter videos, but I just can't get into it. The Fighter Z videos as much because that's not what I'm into. And then I also love the Three Idiots. The Three Idiots are hilarious to me. And the one I recently got into is on Dotodoya's channel, which is the two idiots take on the Pokemon Soul Link. That one's just hilarious. So big shout out to them, and big shout out to all those YouTubers and the ones I didn't mention that I watched this year. And with that, guys, that's my 2021. I had so many things happen this year. I graduated. I started posting more regularly on the YouTube channel. I branched out and tried new things, discovered more about myself. And, speaking of the YouTube, this has always been a dream of mine. And so last year I finally started posting and uploading regularly. And so I just got to give a big shout out to you, anybody who's watching this, especially to the end. You're amazing, and I love you. I appreciate you. And so hopefully 2022, I can get on the grind. We can start uploading more. That's the schedule. That's the plan. I'm going to start getting disciplined. But anyways, guys, I just love you so much. Appreciate you for sticking around to the end. And I hope not only for me, but for you, that this 2022 is an amazing year. And I just can't wait to see what's in it, guys. And so until the next video, keep dreaming on.